Hi, I'm Andrew Anderson, and you're watching the leading news source for high school bowling in the Great Lakes, Great Lanes Bowling News.
Happy New Year, everyone! I'm Chase Kaufman, back with another episode of Great Lanes Bowling News, and you just saw a little bit of foreshadowing. Today we're going to get to an interview with PBA member Andrew Anderson, check out some recent tournament results, and also get to some upcoming tournaments. Before we get started though, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Just this week, I went out to Grand Blanc Lanes to talk with Andrew Anderson, 2018 PBA Player of the Year and 2018 USBC Masters Champion, who was there with Perry Crowell representing TurboTech, helping out the Grand Blanc bowling teams. Like many of us, Andrew of course was a youth bowler at one time too, and he understands how important youth, high school, and collegiate bowling is, not only for your bowling career, but for your personal experiences as well.
Youth bowling, first off, is incredible for the fact that it brings a lot of different people together. The diversity in bowling is really unmatched compared to most sports, and it could even be more diverse, right? But a lot of my childhood friends and teammates and competitors are still my friends to this day. So you build bonds and relationships that really you don't get much elsewhere. But when it comes to high school bowling, it prepares you for the competition now, right? Because youth bowling is really about fun. You have some competition here and there, but high school bowling is really when competitive nature comes out. And then you can take it as far as you want from there, right? The amount of college opportunity that's there for kids now is really incredible. And then you just hope that in high school you create that love for the sport and you want to continue to do it and you build the competitive side of it. And that way you have a college opportunity. And every experience built me to what I am today, right? Like I learned a lot of life experiences in college. I kind of got humbled in college, right? Like you think you're a good bowler and then you go out and meet good bowlers and you're like, maybe not so good. And then because of that, I practiced more and I got even better. So every experience that you take, you have to take in stride and learn something from it, especially from the bowling side of it, if you're trying to be a really competitive bowler, because you're going to learn a lot of lessons along the way. Thankfully, we had MJMA growing up, so you bowled on numbers of different patterns. So I was more prepared on that side of things than most. Like junior gold felt easy in comparison to MJMA, where there are kids out there that grow up bowling on some easier stuff and then bowl junior gold, and that's really enlightening.
Although Andrew is at the highest level of competition in the world, there's still plenty to improve on and learn about while bowling on tour, and it's quite intense with every shot he throws.
It really is way more intense than people might think it is. I mean, we're literally competing against each other for our livelihoods at times. So the intensity level that you feel in high school matches, I would say is about 20% of the intensity that we feel on every shot on the PBA Tour, because every shot matters that much more. They're on harder patterns. The learning curve that I had from 2017, my rookie year, to winning Player of the Year in 2018 wasn't physical. I was the same bowler physically. I became way sharper mentally. I learned that it is a dog-eat-dog world, and you do not want to be cheering on the legends that came before you. You want to beat them. I caught myself watching a lot. Like I was really in awe. I was like, oh my God, there's Tommy Jones, there's Chris Barnes, there's Walter Ray. And then the next year I said, I gotta beat Tommy Jones, I gotta beat Bill O'Neill, I gotta beat Walter Ray, you know, and it's just a different mindset and it takes you to a different level of focus.
Andrew also made a switch at the start of this year to move over to motive bowling, something he described as a need for his game.
Every decision that you make in terms of bowling is not only about throwing a bowling ball down the lane. I've gotten to the point where the bowling part of it comes second nature. Motive is great people. They treat me like family. It's a little smaller company. It's more what I'm used to. I need a change. It was a more comfortability move for me. Radical treated me great. Brunswick treated me great. I was plenty successful, but I truly feel I could be successful anywhere, and I wanted a better opportunity.
We wish Andrew the best of luck this weekend at the Players' Championship in Milwaukee and for the rest of the season. Speaking of taking your game to the next level, we have two more college signings to announce. A big congrats goes out to Andrew Martin of Henry Ford High School, who is committed to Weber International in Florida. Andrew will be majoring in business. We also want to congratulate Ben Augustitis on signing with the Blue Devils of Lawrence Tech. Ben will major in computer engineering this upcoming fall, and Ben makes the move from Lakeshore High School. Once again, congratulations to both bowlers. Don't forget, if you have a college signing that you want to announce, give us an email at greatlanesbowlingnews@gmail.com. After taking last year off due to COVID, Team USA Trials was once again held in Las Vegas. Team USA Trials consists of some of the top youth, amateur, and professional bowlers in the United States and puts those bowlers up against 5 challenging patterns for 5 straight days. We want to give a shout out to some of our local bowlers on their accomplishments. On the women's side, Victoria Giardino led all Michigan bowlers, finishing in 29th place. Carly Van Dynen wasn't far behind in 42nd. Alexandria Smeagol in 44th, Bailey Gibson in 45th, Casey Eaton in 69th, and Lauren Prevelich in 107th. On the men's side, Perry Crowell finished in 33rd, Kyle Pranger landed in 56th, David Norhouse in 70th, Brian Eaton in 79th, Noah Samuels in 88th, and Andres Spiculi in 129th. We also want to congratulate former MJMA bowler Trent Mitchell on winning the U.S. Amateur title. Now let's bring it a little more local and take a look at some of the high school tournament results that took place over the past few weeks. Just before the Christmas break, the Bolswami Motor City Challenge took place at Imperial Lanes. On the boys' side, after Richmond defeated Lakeview and Eisenhower took down De La Salle in the semifinals, the two winners met where Eisenhower cruised by Richmond 408 to 312. It was a little closer on the girls' side though. Dakota snuck by Utica in the first round by 6 pins, while Stevenson beat Anchor Bay by 20. Once Dakota and Stevenson met in the finals, it was Stevenson who came out on top, 365 to 354. 3 weeks later, Imperial Lanes was back with LCN Baker's Dozen. After 13 Baker games, the top 16 teams went into bracket play where it was best 2 out of 3. In the boys division, after Eisenhower defeated Ford and Farmington defeated Waterford Kettering, it was 5-seed Eisenhower snagging the win over Farmington for their second straight win at Imperial. Girls side now, same format. After Dakota finished runner-up in the last tournament held at Imperial, they wanted revenge. After Dakota beat Eisenhower and Lakeshore beat South Lyon in the semis, Dakota was able to grab the win, defeating Lakeshore 2-0. Now to Super Bowl lanes at the Mark Voigt Memorial. After 3 team games and 4 Bakers, the top 8 teams moved on to bracket play. In the boys division, it was the 1-seed Franklin running the table. The Patriots topped Clarenceville, North Farmington, and finally Belleville, and never shot below 400 in any of their 2-game sets. To the girls division, after North Farmington took out the 1-seed John Glenn in the semis, they followed it up by taking down 3-seeded Belleville in the finals in a 2-game total, 344 to 267. Next, we take a drive down I-94 to M66 Bowl for the Battle of the Baker tournament. 12 Baker games each, and teams would be seeded 1 through 8. Boys side, 3-seeded Heartland took it the distance, defeating Sturgis, the 2-seed Brighton, and the 1-seeded Cougars of Dakota 2-0. For the girls, it was the same result. Hastings upset the 1-seed Dakota in the semis, while Heartland took it to a roll-off and just passed by Coldwater. Heartland kept the momentum going, winning 2-0 versus Hastings. Finally, we travel over to Flint to check out the Lila Furnish Classic at Richfield Bowl. Bowling on the Phantom pattern, the Swartz Creek boys led qualifying with a 22-88 for 12 Bakers. In bracket play semis, we saw Swartz Creek defeat Davison and Bay City John Glenn defeat Clio. In the finals though, the 1-seed couldn't hang on as John Glenn squeaked by the Dragons 383 to 379. Girls division, the Cardinals of Davison led the way with a 1966 in qualifying. In the semis, they took down Owasso while Swartz Creek beat Bay City John Glenn. However, it would be a pair of runner-up finishes for Swartz Creek as Davison took that title 360 to 260. When one tournament ends, another begins. So let's take a look at some tournaments that are about to begin with a bowling brief. There will be 2 tournaments held on January 22nd, the North Farmington Early Bird Tournament at Novi Bowl, which was rescheduled from December 4th, and the Shorian Baker's Dozen Tournament. The next day, the first annual Dragon Singles Invitational will be held at Grand Blanc Lanes. Then on the following weekend, Troy High School will host the Tri-County Invite at 5-Star Lanes, and on the 30th, the Lakeland Invitational Tournament will take place at Century Bowl in Waterford, while Colonial Lanes has the Flushing Raiders Jerry Doyle Doubles Tournament on the same day. To register for these tournaments or to just check them out as well as past tournament results, go to mhsibca.com. That's all we have for you today. We'll have more information for you in a couple weeks, and don't forget, if you have any news that should be shared, send us an email with that information at greatlanesbowlingnews@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and you know the deal. Make sure you go out and shoot some 10 pins. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Chase Kaufman. Have a good one.